Hello, welcome back to the CIS regional qualifiers. We are in day 2 of the regional qualifiers, and that means that it is time for us to see which of the teams will make it to the playoffs. Because there's 4 spots in the playoffs, there's 8 teams in the regionals, and 4 teams are going to get eliminated. Now, the 2 teams that we're following right now, FlyToMoon and ESPADA, we can bring up the scores.
Yes, give me a second.
Yes?
It's right here.
10
Aha!
seconds remaining.
It was there. There you go. So you got Team Spirit just now because they win over Vegas Squadron. They are now already in the playoffs. ESPADA, that team that you're seeing right here, is also in the playoffs. FlyToMoon, if they win this, they're guaranteed playoffs as well. They're still looking pretty good to make it to the playoffs overall. The most important thing that you need to realize here is that obviously there will be tiebreakers if there's ties for 4th and 5th place, because, you know, that's for which teams make it to the playoffs. But there's also tiebreakers for seeding, because seeding matters. There's a double elimination bracket for the 4 teams making it to playoffs, and for FlyToMoon and ESPADA, this win can be very important, obviously, for FlyToMoon for making it to the playoffs regardless, but for ESPADA, for seeding. They want to be on top of the list, and if they win this, they are definitely in the top of the list. Maybe share first place, but definitely on top of the list. So we're seeing how it's going to go. Also, these 2 teams obviously have been doing really well, so they are both in contention for making it to TI8. So
yay!
We'll see how well they do, because we can judge them and see
So
how well they do.
who did each of these teams lose to? Sorry, I couldn't.
No, that's fine. I know that answer. FlyToMoon has lost against Double Dimension.
I couldn't see which one it was. Oh, so it was Double Dimension they lost to. Okay.
Yes, and that's the team that we saw earlier. And Team ESPADA.
They lost to Spirit.
They lost to Team Spirit. Totally knew that.
Okay. I have not gone to see many of these teams, to be honest with you. I've been busy. I don't really know who's on ESPADA. I know it's a mixture. It's like ILTW and stuff. They're the gyro pickers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw a couple of their games. They look pretty good.
They looked really good during the opens. It was really fun to see them play.
They look very active. They're never like they know when they need to slow down the pace of the game if they have like late game scalers.
Yep. FlyToMoon, of course, had the advantage of getting invited to regionals. Do you think that's an advantage? Surely, but at the same time, you get a lot of teams. You get a lot of practice when playing your opens.
I think opens. I guess opens are pretty good to practice, but I think FlyToMoon is definitely a step above those open teams.
Okay. Yeah.
At least from what we've seen them like right in the past.
Oh
and
yeah,
pretty good. Like
We've seen them
Epicenter,
really
right?
Well. Epicenter
Epicenter
making
they
a
did
run
really well.
for top 4. They actually got top 4 at that Deep Sea event. All right, we got an Siren opening and an Undying Sand King on the side of ESPADA. In terms of bans, nothing really too things standing out, but we do have Beastmaster still in the pool.
Radiant team ban.
Oh, ESPADA's the Bounty Hunter team. That's right. They're the ones who won every game with Bounty Hunter, right?
Yeah, Immersion played it. He was amazing on it.
Yeah, he owned every game.
Is ESPADA the Immersion team? Yes.
They were the Disruptor Bounty Hunter team. The track,
Yeah.
they're really good. They're good at catching majority of the time.
So Immersion is when we were watching Open Qualifiers, Immersion basically was standing out like a mile above everybody in both teams. He was just doing so well. It was the Bounty Hunter, so it's the most comfortable hero. But he was doing really good. He had some really amazing games. So that is the hero that player that I'm gonna keep an eye on, because I think that that he's good.
I'm intrigued that ESPADA so the Naga first pick, they picked Undying into Naga, so you can sleep kill Tombstone already. And now there's also PL that picks first 2, which is the killer of Tombstone as well. And Undying's not going to give you a great catch versus the PL.
No.
So it's pretty good opener, but you do open a PL, which is always a little weird. But I don't know does FlyToMoon really love PL as well?
I haven't been able to watch many of their games because they weren't in opens, and I wasn't able to watch yesterday because we did moving things.
Gotcha.
We bought a car, by the way.
You bought a car as well? Nice. FlyToMoon, do they pick a lot of PL?
I will check.
It is really good. It's a good pick always versus Undying, but it's just curious that they just want to open up with it right away. Look at those. Look at ESPADA's bans. ESPADA is banning the heroes that they're really good with.
Jakiro.
Bounty Disruptor Jakiro.
Yeah, it feels weird that they're banning out all the heroes that we normally see from them.
Yeah.
But they could have just have their support duo on these 2 if they really want to.
Yeah. You have to ban the Disruptor and Jakiro, right? Because the Naga's there. You have to ban the combo. Or you want to ban the combo at least.
Radiant team pick.
On the Lord. That is indeed confirmed Sand King 4 position.
cheese and bacon.
Underlord's always gonna.
Which one's the bacon? The round one or the big one?
The round one.
Round one.
Underlord plus
You
sinking.
can bake the bacon if you want. There's. Oh.
Underlord's always just gotten better and better versus PL. Always is gonna be pretty good to find the real one, and the pit is
10
always
seconds
super good because you can't
A
dock a
little
lot
update
of
on
roots
the-
anymore.
A little update on the Phantom Lancer. They are 10 and 1 with the Phantom
They play a
Lancer.
lot. Yeah, they're the PL team. I
10 and
was pretty
1.
sure. I
They
was
are
right.
really good at it.
I'm just trying to remember all the players because I guess I haven't watched many of these teams, so I know they like. I don't know. I feel like I always see these teams like swapping players around.
So what
Except
do you
the
do
BZZ
against
stack.
Phantom Lancer if he's first 2 picked? I mean, you have a lot of picks to prepare for it.
I mean, Underlord's an amazing pick versus PL. Atrophiora, the Pit, the Firestorm, all 3 spells are great. And that's the gyro we talked about, right? Espada
Yeah.
really likes it. ILTW. He does the Aghanim's Maelstrom build pretty much every time. But he's definitely going to do it versus a Phantom Lancer. Unless he feels like he needs to get BKB early, which right now I don't think he needs to.
No.
He's got the protection.
It does. All right, FlyToMoon. They got core. They got
10
supports. They need
seconds
2 more
remaining.
cores. Where do they play the PL? Safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Right, so let's see if they can select their offlaner now that they know that they're going to be up against a gyrocopter. Which offlaners? Beastmaster is
I was
still
about
in
to
the
say
pool.
Beast is still in the pool, right?
Yeah.
Right now I'm feeling some damage issues on FlyToMoon.
Yeah. But they can fix them. I'm not sure if Beastmaster's enough to fix them, though. I think also with their offlaner, they probably want to fix their lack of team fight issue.
Yes, I feel like it's a little awkward if you have like Naga sleep and then it's like, all right, Naga sleep into Beastmaster
Yeah.
roar, right? It's like,
So maybe,
Not really the
like, is a Ravage a thing?
That is just sandwich on this.
is this my? Thank you, Owen.
Chicken sandwich.
Owen, this isn't the bread I wanted though. Can you remake the whole sandwich?
Fuck off!
Dire team ban.
So there's
Ember's good.
there's a damage solution.
Yeah. We'll see what they save the last, what they go for their offlaner. And for Espada, they now know they're going to lane against the Ember Spirit mid.
Mm-hmm. We just saw Wind Ranger own a
We
Ember.
did.
That is not a fun matchup for Ember.
But then you're going to have, I don't know, I don't like Wind Ranger in the lineup that Espada has because it feels like they would be
5
lacking
seconds
damage eventually then. And it seems like a little bit too slow or something.
yeah, I
Even
mean they love DK gyro cores. I know that's like their bread
Yeah.
and butter.
DK would be good.
I mean, he's banned, right? Yeah. So, and it's for Espada. It is it's Nyx playing mid, right? The guy
Yes.
who used to play on Empire.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to remember all these
What
players.
do you want?
I want a toast with jam, and I want also one with Marmite.
Last expand as well. I
Doesn't
don't know if
matter
they.
which jam.
Radiant
I don't know if they play Lena. Lena could be pretty cool. Has Lena fallen off pretty hard? I felt like I didn't see it that much.
We see it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I would actually like that on Espada's lineup.
I think I like it a lot here.
Ooh, Espada ban out Pango. That's a hero that I forgot about, actually.
Interesting. Pango Naga, pretty strong.
Yeah. And,
Still feel
10 seconds
FlyToMoon's team fight is very lackluster when I compare it to Espada's.
5
Espada's.
Oh, yeah.
seconds remaining.
but they can fix that with the last pick.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hero that fix it all?
It's the nice thing is that they have mobility and they have ways to like deal with the tombstone. That's what PL is always going to give you, and they can reset and re-engage fights. For
Radiant
their last
team
pick,
Lena
though.
ban,
They banned
so
the Lena.
they
Okay,
agree
I
with
I
that.
like that ban because I think that was the best pick for Espada there.
I was thinking Queen of Pain, other than Lena. But I like
For
Lena as well.
Espada.
Espada, yeah.
Man, I don't like Queen of Pain, but I've been seeing it doing better. Actually, I've been seeing it lose most games anyway, right?
Earlier today, Queen of Pain did lose, yes.
It did lose,
as
right?
well.
Yeah, I saw it win like maybe 2 games. I didn't see a lot. I only saw like maybe 10 games
10
total, but I saw it
seconds
lose like
remaining.
all but 1 game. But it's been picked a lot, which
Yeah.
was very surprising to
5
me.
seconds remaining.
Let's see what FlyToMoon goes for. They need some fight. I mean, which heroes are we forgetting for offline? Beastmaster still, but we think that's too like not enough team fight. Tidehunter's there, but it's maybe a little bit only team fight. It's like a little bit too bad, really. And
They don't have any combo with their Naga, and they don't have a great way to start fights right now.
Slardar,
Dire team pick.
Darkseer.
Okay. So at least they've got the Ion Shell carriers. So they're just gonna look to, I think they're gonna look to steamroll lanes with
Thank
this
you.
Darkseer, abuse the Ion Shell in the mid game. But I'm still a bit concerned for their lineup. They are really magic damage oriented. The PL is going to be all their physical damage.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, like now this could be the case where Gyro wants to go for that BKB relatively early, and then they'll have some Gyro problems.
Yep. Yeah, I like ESPADA's lineup. We'll see if it's still nice after they pick their last hero.
Yeah.
One more set for you guys. FlyToMoon, this is their first game on Dark CIS since 7.10.
First game on it. Okay.
So this is some new stuff.
Alrighty.
Oh, could you get me tissue?
I mean, the cool thing about Darkseer versus Underlord is like they're trying to play around like the map now. It's they don't want to just take head-on fights on FlyToMoon in comparison. I think they recognize that. I mean, they can once they start abusing the Ion Shell, but I think they recognize they need to like split push the lanes down. That's what they have. PL, Ember, and Darkseer, they can shove lanes in really hard and match the Underlord. That's going to be the big deep push, the big pushing hero on ESPADA, just clearing those waves out. So at least I think FlyToMoon, they could actually get really farmed on these 3 cores. Because they can just keep pushing all those lanes in and taking fights around Naga Sleep. So that could be the really strong thing.
Do you have to cook this bacon? No.
I don't think so.
But I think ESPADA, they've got a really strong 5-man. It tends to happen when you have an Underlord and Undying, right? But their last pick,
You probably want to, but you don't have to.
they want something else that can scale. Or something that just, I mean, I'm still like a Wind Ranger, but
Ooh,
okay.
You may now
that is an old combo, the Juggernaut
Interesting.
Gyro.
Yeah. So Jug to deal with that Darkseer, I mean, Healing Ward looks pretty nice.
Yep. We had a Juggernaut earlier today. That worked out real well.
I did see Kuman's Healing
Yeah,
Ward
Kuman,
micro.
Kuman,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a really good Healing Ward micro. That was
Yeah.
nice.
When you eat that
So that gives him some more scale. I'm just hyped to watch Iceberg pop off. I love me watching some Iceberg. Oh, shit. It's a cup. It's okay, I got it.
It's empty.
It's empty. I didn't spill. I'm good.
It's all good.
I'm sitting up so I can eat.
Yeah, all right. So, best of one between 2 teams that are both probably, well, ESPADA definitely, FlyToMoon probably going to be in the playoffs. So this could potentially be a match for
10
seeding.
seconds
You want to be the number 1 seeds, gives you better matchups and all that. Easier matchups.
5 seconds.
theory, anyway.
Interesting. Nyx is playing the Gyro,
Oh, yeah.
and ILTW is playing Juggernaut. That's a switch up.
And Immersion is playing Sand King.
Okay.
Oh, this is nice. I like these teams.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Now I'm remembering all the FlyToMoon guys.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, oh
me
yeah,
too. Yeah, yeah.
Nangrata. I love Nangrata. That guy, the Doom player, that was super good.
It's like Iceberg.
I mean, Iceberg's a crazy man on the Spirit heroes.
Yeah.
His Storm Spirit, he's always godlike by like the 15-minute mark somehow.
I really liked. So Iceberg did some interviews, and I think I can't remember which tournament it was, but it was like a couple of months ago. He was very so Iceberg. People normally knew him for like being a little throwy and mad in pubs and all
Sure.
that. You know, wasn't the nicest person to play with, but is a good player regardless. But so the last roster lock came around, and during that roster lock period, he was like, "Well, nobody's asked me to join their team." That's a problem. He wanted to play, and nobody asked him to join, so he was kind of sad about that. But then he decided to make his own team because he just wanted to play, right? So he gathered these people and he made this team, and he trained with them, and he had set himself goals, and the goals were to be the second best team in CIS. Because of course Virtus Pro was there, and the goal wasn't making it to TI. The goal wasn't winning TI or something like that. The goal was just trying to be the second best team in CIS, and I thought that was very. I don't know, the interview that he had, obviously I knew that he was known as a little bit of a rager, but the interview that he did, he's very self-aware, down to earth, knowing what he can and cannot do and what is realistic. And then obviously they had that run at Epicenter.
Yeah.
I don't know, that was, it's like the real underdog story, sort of. It's like,
He's always they're there. Thank you, No Fear. Spam our chat. With. That's my boy. He's always been one of those players that I think all of the CIS or Europe teams, they fear a lot. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to play in a qualifier, and that means we're gonna have to play versus an Iceberg stack. And he's got, I
Yep.
mean, he's just a very individually talented player. He's always been really good at the mid lane. His laning is very strong. It's just, yeah, those decision making. Oh, nice decay.
no, wind strike,
Good enough.
no fear. I was like, yeah, first blood.
Yep, that little bit extra, that decay, just taking the strength. I think he got caught by at least, like, I think it looked like 2 decays, so spin is enough damage. So that's the nice thing about having the Jug always versus the Dark Seers. There was an Ion Shell on that Naga, but he don't cares. And now Undying's got 16 strength. Yummy.
Immersion already forced to use his salve as well. Alright, let's go over who's playing what, because we like still to do that. What is this battle lane anyway? No Fear is still having a battle with Misha. That's not an easy battle to have. So No Fear on the Naga Siren. On the side of FlyToMoon with Misha on the Undying. And then Misha is supporting LTW, ILTW on the Juggernaut. And No Fear is supporting Non-Grata on his Darkseer.
I love what Misha is doing there, though. He's like, when the first creep wave comes up, he knows that they're going to be playing together. He's hit every single decay has been a double decay right now. Double melee heroes, but he's also just great positioning.
Yep. Doing well here. Helping out this Juggernaut farming nicely. And just punching. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we got Ember Spirit by Iceberg versus a Nyx of with the Gyrocopter. And on the bottom lane, it's Immersion Sand King, who is struggling, but he is supporting BCZ's Underlord, and he's up against the FlyToMoon. Always want to fly to Moon. And his what? And his Silent, yes.
Yeah,
his
Silent,
PL
yeah.
and Witch Doctor, of course.
All right, Immersion just suicide to neutrals.
Yeah.
Dead for 24 seconds. We'll watch that timer tick down. 12, 11, 10. It feels bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but he did it intentionally, so it's like...
Yeah, did it intentionally, and he's
What?
already started the dual lane bottom to make sure that... I'm calling it BZZ. So BZZ won't
yeah,
get
sure.
these creep waves coming in. There's already going to be pretty much level 3 on Underlord, which is great. Because then you start building up those stacks of your atrophy, and you can actually contest those last hits.
Yep.
That is very good. And he's getting... Look at all his experience. Delicious.
So, based on the lanes, who should be coming out ahead? This one. Like, obviously right now, the lane going the way of BCZ, him getting the levels is very important. But if you just see this matchup of this specific lane...
I mean, I like... what do they call it? The Dire Espada. I mean, the Undying's play in the beginning was so crucial to set up. Like, look at this Darkseer. Darkseer's got 7 last hits. Jug's got 15-6. He's set him up for success. The same thing with the Sand King bottom. I think the two supports on Espada are doing the exact things that they need to do. No Fear is having a little bit more trouble actually trying to secure this Darkseer lane. Now he's trying to do some of these shenanigans.
Shenanigans they are. It's working out, though.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, Silent's getting good last hits, but you see that Underlord is keeping right up there with him.
Yep. Yeah, looking pretty good for the Dire side so far. Just creeping and edging ahead ever so slightly.
And this is this pressure lane bottom too. It's not even just that the Underlord's doing so well. It's even if PL walks up near the Sand King, you get caustic under the creep wave too. So it's like this double pressure coming out versus the PL. So I'm definitely concerned about here. I keep seeing I'm like, Team Bitcoin is really gonna have some trouble here.
They had a new logo at some point, but they never actually put it in their game client. In the meantime, Ember Spirit is doing quite well mid. Wait a second. No, he's fine. He is gonna get some company though. There's an Undying ganking. No, is an Undying actually ever ganking? I guess so. But he's ganking the Ember Spirit, seeing if he can just harass a little bit.
He's being annoying.
Yeah, because Ember Spirit was winning a little bit from the Gyrocopter, ever so slightly, but still.
That matchup's relatively even.
Yeah, so putting an Underlord there, or an Undying there for a little bit is a good thing to make it not so even, just to get ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think they already know that the Jug he's fine. He's not going to die top. He's going to be able to secure those last hits and denies. 28-13, this Jug's got full. So this leaves the Undying open to really do whatever he wants. I like this adjustment that Witch Doctor's been doing. I think this happened after the nerfs a lot, right? Is people are going the heal now.
Yeah.
Either at level 1 or at 2. Just to try to alleviate the pressure off the carries.
Yeah, and it's working out.
Yeah, it's helping a bit.
Iceberg going into the jungle. Should be fine. He's on his way to base though. He needs to get his health up. Is that worth going into the jungle at that point? Leaving the mid lane just as is? Because we just said it was an even lane, but it's definitely not even if one leaves.
I think with the Undying, he's a bit scared. That's all. Just getting put a bit low. He's got the shrine up anyway, so he's going to shrine. And then he'll be able to go back. He wants level 6 to be safe. But yeah, Gyro is now going to definitely creep up on those last hits.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on the runes as well. That's a nice one there. Where both squads in the top lane is all the way pushed out. Looks like it. Oh,
Yeah, Undying's starting to cut the creep. Or, Undying. Darkseer's starting to cut the
Yeah.
creep waves.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Jug can. The only thing you can do as a Jug is really manipulate back.
oh,
Will
there's
Version
no way.
die?
Oh,
he does.
He does die.
And
so
Misha.
does Misha.
Wow.
Dire's top
The camera
tower
work.
is under attack.
Caught them both.
He missed the last one, the first one dying a little bit, but that's okay.
Well, we'll forgive him for that one.
I'm just kidding, Jay. I'm just kidding, Jay.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Owen made me the wrong sandwich with the wrong bread. So.
Mine was horrible. Oh, can you make another one?
Oh, and our observer's hungry.
Owen, can you get those chicken sandwiches I heard so much about? Alright, dude, they've got this. Looks like they got this Underlord too. Very nice. Oh, the soul rip?
No, he
Not
did.
enough. Close though.
Can we remove the things? Because I can't see the timing very well. Okay. Thank you.
What?
You didn't notice?
We'll notice what?
The overlay was on like for the whole time, and I can't see any of the timers.
Nah,
It's very
I see it.
distracting.
It was beautiful.
Shout out to GG, man. They must be happy.
Yep, I'm getting a lot more airtime.
They moved Misha bottom now too.
Yep, that works out. Look at the silent. Get him doubles or yeah, get himself out of the wall.
Yep. Underlord's last hits have kind of diminished a bit here though with the levels coming down. Yeah, but look at this rotation. Oh, Gyro. Nick's holding his ground. Omni rotation too. Or Omni slash rotation.
Whereas Omni Slash getting a kill there on the Witch Doctor. No Fear dying as well with Nyx.
Okay.
The Rocket Barrage gets a double kill for him.
He turned that. It looked like he turned it by himself before the Omni the Jug even got there.
Definitely looked like that.
He's got
They
a
were already
little,
on the way out.
little anxious.
Dire's
I mean,
Dark-
that's
tower is under attack.
was the one thing I'm a little concerned about with the FlyToMoon draft is their damage. You know, they're gonna really have to rely on abusing the Ion Shell on that Ember Spirit, just really with the Ember Spirit majority of the time. Make space for that PL.
So for me, oh, wait a second. Please hold. Silent.
Oh,
Double walk available in a second. Might need to use it. No. That's him teleporting in. It means I'm non grata. Can't run from Nyx. Immersion, burst striking out of there. That's 3 for 3. It's always scary.
Is under attack.
Having too deep, but backing out in time. Alright, so for me, Darkseer, not a great hero. I feel like he's too slow. Needs a lot and he lets his team just be by himself for a while. Needs items to be successful rather than levels. And this is a dead BZZ. He has a lot of hate coming for him. The Misha heal does not actually end up being enough, or does it? Nah, there's no way. Always want to fly with the right click. Last hit. Double damage for Nyx though. Maybe they can do something with that.
Radiant's top tower
Maybe.
is under attack.
yeah. For me, I like Darkseer if you have pairings. So it's like it's okay right now this game because they at least have the Ember that they can abuse and all. But I also want you to have some like, I mean personally, I always just think Sand King's like the absolute best with it. Because even in laning phase and even later on, you get the vacuum combos. It's so damn good. It's a lot easier to actually secure.
They
But as a
don't have
hero that
Sand
can,
King.
it can match Underlord in a way, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you can build your pipe, your guarding greaves, your Crimson
Or
Guardians.
this is your
so be
aura
it.
hero.
Yeah,
You can push out waves with it.
exactly. I'm
I guess
sorry if
so.
you hear me chewing.
It's okay. I don't hear it. That's other words for saying you can hear
So you can hear it.
it.
Okay, so I'll move away a little bit.
It was a good sandwich, Owen. Thank you. Juggernaut sitting on a lot of net worth there, high up.
God, every time I look at Juggernaut's skill, his talents, I'm just like, man, Juggernaut's talents are so lackluster. Look at them. What are these Blade Fury talents? Nobody gets those. Except
Everybody,
for Owen.
like, I don't know. Someone probably would like Iceberg just like, why aren't people?
He's like, you
more
know,
people
we'll buff Blade Fury.
using their blade.
I was like,
for
that's like the
flies.
only ones. This 5 stats are a bit underwhelming too, but
Oh, another BZZ kill. He's having a rough time.
yeah. There's a thing that players do say though, it's like if you're playing Underlord, you want to be dying a bunch. If you're not dying, you're not really doing your job in the early game.
I guess he is luring. Like, there's 4 people on FlyToMoon in this bottom lane
Oh.
right now. Oh, burrow
Hold
strike
on.
out, immersion.
Hold on, hit nothing.
Yeah, immersion is dead too. Nyx, he's a little bit too deep, but actually Juggernaut came out as well. He's going for always want to fly.
my
Does
God.
get that. Nyx got the flat cannon going and actually does a lot of damage to that enemy team. FlyToMoon
10
trying to get
heroes
himself
bottom.
out. And that is something that indeed Underlord did very well.
Dire's middle tower is under
Lured them all bottom.
Radiant's
Then in
top
comes the
tower
counter
is
gank.
under attack.
Yeah.
From ESPADA.
That was actually all 10 heroes bottom at the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Sweet. And they're hunting. They want this Darcy. They got the missile.
the
They've got a
haste
haste rune.
Bro.
he's dead.
Yeah, he's fine.
Are fortified.
He's not
Radiant's
fine.
bottom
See ya.
Alright, he's not fine.
That lucky haste rune there. I mean, they
Yeah.
maybe would have caught him anyway. I don't know. I don't think they would
No,
have.
they
I don't think
would
they would
not
have
have.
pursued if they didn't have the haste rune.
True. They wouldn't have the rock barrage either.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Relatively close.
Very, very indeed. ILTW.
Jug. I mean, the two big ones are free farming though. The jug and the gyro. So this is very important for them. He's gonna be going for the Battle Fury build too, since he's versus PL.
Hold on. Misses. Homing missile still going for always want to fly though, but not gonna get there in time. The flak cannon still hits also an iceberg, but
Iceberg's healing up. He wants to try to re-engage on this.
you got the spirit ready if needed.
They gave their Naga the top lane too, so now she's level 6. TP's cooldown though.
Just going for the urn. A lot of drawings on the bottom lane. And that is drawings from Misha, from the Undying.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And the mid tower drops to creeps.
Okay.
They give BZ maybe some space as well there in that mid lane.
Yeah, they give BZZ mid and they give Immersion top because the Sanking was struggling quite a lot, so giving him that safe lane, catching back up. He was really struggling
Yeah.
actually. 0-3 on the Sanking. That bottom lane did not go as well as it looked like it was going to when they first started.
It looked okay, but ooh, always want to fly. Getting a kill on Misha? No, he does not. One more tick would have done it.
3 HP.
But Immersion was in time with the Burrow Strike, interrupting that. And now Always Want to Fly is going to be the one to die. 3 HP!
Oh my god.
3! That's unlucky. More than anything else. Oh, net, no fear. There's an Omni Slash available, no fear, gotta be careful. He does have a song, but
Man, this Jug and Gyro are massive though. PL's Silent's doing okay at keeping up, but quite a problem already.
yeah. My question comes when is the Dark Seer gonna make a difference in a fight?
Yep.
For now, he's not. He's still been farming. Now, maybe this is the one.
This is where they can start abusing the Ion Shell since he's level 8 now.
Yeah.
Probably what 0-4-4 build. I think.
Oh, smoke versus smoke. Burrow Strike up on 3 and a call down. Ooh, Emergent taking a lot of damage there, actually. That is
Damage.
still going to be FlyToMoon taking a large chunk out of the health pool of ESPADA's heroes. Immersion trying to escape to the tower. Misha, that Iron Shell's doing a lot of damage to him, and he will end up dropping with the change there as well. Immersion, his tower, keeping him safe indeed, together with his carry, has the Omni Slash available. I must say, I thought that was going to go a lot worse for FlyToMoon as they ran into the 3 Burrow Strike and cooldown.
What does Darkseer have on him before that fight? I didn't get to see. Maybe you can show it.
Darkseer?
Darkseer, if you can just click. It didn't have that, but the double had Ion Shell on 2 different heroes there, so the damage starts to add up, and I think that was triple Remnant as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Even though the big Burrow Strike catches on 3. They've got the Flame Guard to absorb a decent amount of the damage coming up from the barrage, and then yeah, Ion Shells when you've got it on 2 heroes. It does a lot of damage early on, as long as they're able to abuse it. And it will be that BKB rush this game, like we said. A lot of FlyToMoon's damage is going to be magical damage for quite a long time until that PL gets big.
BZZ going for the pipe.
Yeah, same thing. Just try to absorb all that magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And keep those pushes slowed down. Keeping all their tier 1s alive.
Yep.
Getting to that 15-minute mark. Bounty rune's going to be coming up. And yeah, all 3 tier 1s up.
Pretty good. The only tower dropping so far is that mid-tier one. And, we're gonna see, Silent dodging the rune, realizing he was gonna be outnumbered.
Yeah. Has the Diffusal Blade finished already on the PL, so that's pretty good.
Ends up being 2 for 2 for the runes, though.
Yeah, Maelstrom. Okay, so Maelstrom too. So they've got some good item timings. They could look to get on aggressive once they see the. Well, they know that the Jug's going to be having Battle Fury soon, so I think keeping that pace up, try to kill the Gyrocopter before the BKB is going to be absolutely ideal, but I don't think they're going to be able to. It's very close already.
Which team do you think has the better Roche lineup? Is it
Jug.
ESPADA? Yeah.
The Jug. They have Undying too. The Flesh Golem amplification. It's really good versus Roche.
So when they can they try for it?
It's a risky place to fight versus double Ion Shell. Yeah. And I think there's going to be a mech or a pipe on the Darkseer relatively soon. Oh, he's going Dominator. Okay, well that's a similar thing. It's just still HP regen. I forgot the Dominator build is the new thing for the most part. No, they can have 3 Ion Shells. Woohoo! Hey. And some combo plays, some Centaur stun.
Oh,
Got
got
him.
him. Another eye. DD rune. If you can't have it, if I can't have it, nobody can. Basically.
Iceberg?
Iceberg. What is he still do? What?
Oh, he's dead.
What? He saw them coming too. It is daytime. He saw them coming.
He also has a ward.
He also.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't
That
know.
is odd. Do you think he thought he had a remnant?
I don't know if it timed out. I didn't see, but he had 3.
Huh.
I mean, you were talking about Iceberg making sometimes those little mistakes. I didn't get to see if he did have the remnant up before that game because I think he may have had it for I don't know honestly.
He has to. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. You know.
Do we have the technology?
No, we don't.
We don't have the technology. Okay. Oh, and get the technology.
I can tell you in 5 minutes.
You can tell me in 5 minutes. All right. Excellent. Thank you. Owen. No, dude, it's fine. Either way, probably shouldn't die there.
No, should not.
And that's a costly death because this is the timing window that I was saying that I want them to get on the aggressive. I want the Ember, the Darkseer, in particular the Ember, Darkseer. The PL can farm a bit more, but those two make plays. Try to find this Gyrocopter before the BKB comes out because once he's got BKB, they do not have good ways to kill this Gyro.
Tower is under attack.
Buying time for Sanking to get Blink Dagger too.
Mm-hmm. Looking pretty good in that. Thinking
Yep.
1,300 gold.
So we'll be BKB, Aghanims, and then Maelstrom more than likely.
Yeah, looking pretty good for ESPADA so far, but the
Yep.
gold graph
Still
still is
close.
it's only 1k gold in their favor, so it's very close
Yep.
at this game so far, which is of course what we were expecting. You know, normally there's one team that has like it's a more clear which team should be ahead at which stage of the game. Do you feel like the fact that it's a close game, who's favoring that?
I mean, I like ESPADA's draft a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Jug and the Gyro. I mean, I like the way that they play the Gyro. I don't personally think Gyro. I don't like Gyro that much right now, but the way they play around it is very nice. And they've already started the itemization to deal with if that PL gets big.
And then they're not relying just on the Juggernaut or the Gyrocopter either. They just have both.
Yeah,
That's
they have
nice.
both. They can keep Iceberg down too.
Dire's middle tower.
Denied, though.
Ooh,
That was big.
Bottom tower is under
BCC, that is actually really big. Denied, it does not give any gold. So, very nicely done. In the meantime, Sand King has a little bit of company on top lane, and bottom lane Nyx is just going to make sure that his tier 1 is going to live longer. Courier coming? What's it bringing?
Ooh, they've got two Radiances queued up on FlyToMoon. Radiance queued up on Naga. Radiance queued up on Ember.
Oh,
I'm assuming that's gonna change.
yeah. That is most likely going to change.
Rift's
Oh.
coming in.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
the Burrow Strike already on the Naga. Naga does have Song available, and it's just on the Lord. He does not take any of his teammates with him.
Well, they could get punished here for this.
Yeah. Oh, Misha having a bit of trouble. Was going to fly. Getting his downs of his people out. Does not get the kill. In the meantime, on the top lane, BZZ also does not get the kill, and he ends up dropping instead. It's 2 for 2 across the map. With ILTW pushing the tower. Juggernaut and Gyrocopter live. That's all you want. With PL dying.
It looks like ESPADA comes out a little bit ahead on this, especially if they're able to defend
Definitely.
top tower. Yeah, they're able to defend top tower too, so they come out ahead.
Yeah. I mean, they had the Gyrocopter and the Juggernaut alive. I feel that that's cool to win
Yeah.
already.
I mean, Underlord's he's just dying anyway, right? Only thing is Sanking was close to Blink, which hurts a little bit.
Mhm.
But
I keep feeling sad. This Witch Doctor twice has been so close to killing someone with his Death Ward, but
Yeah.
He's just not getting it.
Still been playing pretty well.
Yeah. He's been doing okay. 2, 4, and 5.
They've just got this, like, it's kind of an awkward lineup because it's like they have some sorts of synergy, but also lots of anti-synergy. Like, what's their Naga? They have no Naga sleep thing. Like,
You can do vacuum off the back of it. You know,
Yeah,
perfectly
it's-
positioned. Vacuum into searing chains.
it can be okay, but it's
Ish.
like usually if there's a Naga sleep coming out and the gyro already has BKB, they just BKB, right?
You can maledict everybody that's vacuumed.
Oh.
And then Witch Doctor can get an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, those are the weird, like, if you can get to that point, but more than likely, I don't think we'll see this 5 Witch Doctor get an Aghanims unless it goes very late. Switch card. Oh. I think he bought the Blink Blow. Yeah, he did. Saw the courier at least.
got it.
BCC dead too. Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Getting those kills back on the board.
Yeah. And the golden difference is back to being almost 0 again.
Yeah.
How about
And
that?
Iceberg is very close to a relic on that Ember.
Oh.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
He's very farmed.
structures are fortified.
He is very farm. He's gonna get a regen rune as well if he wants to. And it will help his team bottom push, perhaps. They can get themselves some kills off the back of this as well. Ooh, Misha plays himself Tombstone on the high ground. Might be enough to indeed sway FlyToMoon from going.
Man, their only catch is Sanking on ESPADA. It's the only scary thing. FlyToMoon has better catch and chase with their heroes, with Naga, Darkseer, Ember.
Dire's top tower is under
So they really need
Misha.
Immersion to be in the right play to do this.
Misha, Burrow Strike, Epicenter coming in, but the song's already there. Maybe that doesn't matter though. Silence still erupts the Rocket Barrage. He could have just walked. I think he would have died anyway, actually. No fear. Getting tipped. Nice
he-
song, dude.
Did he have the hood? Or was it cooldown still? I think the hood active was cooldown still too. So I think he just tried. Yeah, I think he just kind of derped a little bit, thinking that he'd survive.
Yep. He did try. Ah, yes, he tried to teleport out, but.
Was that the level 15 barrage talent coming into play? Oh, it was.
Yes,
Oh,
it
absolutely
was.
beautiful.
That definitely was. Yeah, that got himself a kill just now.
I've been trying to see people, like, everyone's using that talent, of course, now because the other one's pretty garbage. It's just funny. Oh, BZZ and dying.
Lord.
Name a more common duo. The stun by onto Immersion.
Yeah, but it's not. Can they actually do something nice? Vacuum actually. Cooldown.
Another-
Still
the
coming down on
boots.
2. Mongrata able to maybe get himself out of there. Still got hit by the rocket, and the Burrow Strike comes out of that after that as well. That's a 1 kill. Ember did manage to escape though. Of course, the bigger target. I say that. Hello. He doesn't have Burrow Strike yet for another second. He has it now, but he doesn't have Blink Dagger for another second. There you go. Too
BZZ
late
is
now.
actually just a trap this game.
Yep.
Every time they go to kill him, they're going to end up losing heroes.
He's just. He is struggling a little bit, but struggling in a good way.
Yeah, maybe a couple too many deaths, but still.
Yeah, but so far his deaths, most of his deaths have been able to make
Yeah.
something happen off the back of it. Whether it's intentional or not, probably not, but it is good to. It's a positive.
Yeah.
It can be a positive.
As long as he's dying in the lane in particular. Like that one, it's a little bit of a weird spot to him die. Like usually you want your Underlord just to be pushing out lanes constantly and then dying, but
Yeah.
in the jungle it's like, wait a minute.
Oh.
Owen, what are you breaking? Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's that. Oh, that's a full Aghanims now for our gyrocopter. And this Juggernaut is also quite large. The blink keeps getting cancelled on the Sanking from the illusions. Ouch.
By the
Now,
way, the
Witch Doctor?
oh, oh,
Watch yourself.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
I always want to fly. Oh,
Oh, poor.
he tries.
Rip.
Bless him.
His invis ran out.
Yeah.
He's just like, uh-oh. Panic.
Hey, he tanked the gank there. So good.
Sure.
One thing though, when BCC died around that shrine, it did actually force Juggernaut to give up his Roshan attempt.
It did. But they got, yeah, you know.
I mean, it's,
I don't even know if
somewhat
they.
worth,
It's still like a risky rush. I still don't know if it's like
Sure.
the greatest. I think you want some more kills out of it before you go for it.
but you do have to sneak Rosh, I think. At the moment, anyway. If you would
Yeah. I think it's gonna come off
Oh.
the back of like a fight.
Smoke gang.
Oh, there's a Radiance now finished.
Iceberg is not in that fight if they prick it. Sand King's gonna be the target. Burrow Strike over the back of it. That is gonna be silent. Getting out with a double one.
Iceberg just got killed top by Nyx.
What? Observer, please. He tours Omni Slash on the Witch Doctor
That was.
as well.
Did you see the range on that one?
Crazy.
That looked. I actually don't know how that happened top, but
How is an Ember Spear die to a gyrocopter?
he didn't even use the BKB.
He didn't use it, but he probably went aggressive, used all his spirits, and then didn't have a way out or something. Underestimated.
He's
the
got
plus
all his
11 rocket
spirits.
barrage damage.
I don't know, maybe the
What?
talent, the level 50, the rocket barrage damage.
Must have
It
been.
was too much for him to handle. It's okay.
It's fine. So that should be a Roshan. There shouldn't. I mean, really, they can't fight without Ember, and Ember won't be there in time. I think. Well, they can.
He's up soon,
can.
but I don't think they make it in time.
Oh,
Nangrata.
nice vacuum into the wall. Silent going in the back, going on Misha. Misha, where's your tombstone, man? Nope. They're just gonna actually go out. The Aegis gets to go the way of Espada.
Pulling his
They're
teammates
just-
out.
Oh, he left him behind. Immersion.
He was maledicted anyway. I think he was dead.
Oh.
They got the Roche. Lose their supports. Seems
still
worth.
fine. Seems worth.
Yeah.
The vacuum wall is walls on cooldown, so that's nice.
Yeah, I always forget to try to factor wall into the game too. This Juggernaut illusion could start to be a problem late game.
Yeah.
But still, so far, this Darkseer's still been a bit lackluster.
Owen, can I help you?
And there is gonna okay.
Okay.
So it was originally a Meteor Hammer queued for Naga after the Radiance that he first had. Now it's the Aghanims to offset the fights and reset. But still just feels a bit awkward for their team fights. How do they kill this Jug? How do they kill this Gyrocopter? He pops BKB, pops Spin. It just seems like there's no way for him to take no 8-0-5 on ILTW. And I think Nyx is also having a very similar performance on this 10-1-4. Look at that. The two heroes that we said were the most important, the two heroes that we said looked really good for this team, for Espada, are both
They're
having a
just
great
doing real
time.
well.
Dire's middle tower is under
So we'll be
It's
that.
all about the wombo combo, though.
Yeah.
They're still definitely FlyToMoon definitely has a good shot still this game. They just have to find the right times and the right people to pick up. They've been
They gotta-
killing off BCZ a lot.
They just got to keep they got to stop losing Iceberg before a big fight happens.
Yes.
Right? That's twice that he's died in a very bizarre situation
I
to
mean, he's pretty fat too.
some weirdos. Yeah, he gives up a lot of experience and
Yeah.
gold because we were like, wow, he's farmed, he's cowed up, he got the Radiance, and then
Yeah.
dies immediately right afterwards.
And they need to be in there. So far, though, they're playing it fairly safe. Their warding kind of shows the way that they think about the game right now, which is basically we need to secure farm for our peoples. And there's a lot of sentries up. They want to get their own jungle secure. And they are probably, if they're going to venture, they're going to smoke. Oh, there you go, actually. Maybe they can find something with that. They won't have Ember, though.
The thing is that they've got this awkward thing of initiation, right? They've got this like slight into root, and then if they go, the ideal targets is going to be either that Jug or the Gyro, but they can't actually control them.
Oh, look,
like they're
who
just going
they're
to find
firing.
BZZ again.
Oh, and maybe he actually gets out this time. Oh, no, he won't. No, he won't. Oh,
well,
but they can
got
go
that,
in
but-
on the back of it. Pull down on Rocket Barrage. They're exiting, though. They're not going to fight this.
Yeah, just BZZ is the sacrificial lamb every time.
And with the song on cooldown, nothing's going to stop Espada from trying to chase this and kill off some people that they find. Like No Fear right here. The homing missile is still flying, I think, as well. Wait, wasn't there a homing missile? I thought there
Did he
was.
kill it with his illusions? I didn't get to see. It looked like he killed with his illusions.
Okay, well, it's still dead. Doesn't
Still
matter.
dead. They get a tower out of it, but
Alright.
this is the thing. It's like they can kill the Sanking, they can kill the Underlord, they can kill the Undying, but killing the Jug and the Gyro is still a really hard task for them. But it's still, I mean, it's still pretty close in the gold department at least. It's 2K.
Yeah.
But that is also, I mean, we see the deficit between Jug, Gyro, and Ember PL, and then Darkseer to Underlord. That's the big thing. Is like that's
Yeah.
why the gold is so much closer.
But Darkseer might be rich, but is he having a big impact? I mean, I know I'm very critical of Darkseer.
No, I mean, I
Like
agree.
comparative to his gold, I don't feel like his impact is as big as it should be.
Once he's got Crimson Guard, it's gonna help a lot more versus the Gyro flak.
And there's nothing against Nongrado because he's a good player. It's just a hero.
You caught that one. We saw it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got it. Another tower going the way of FlyToMoon. These are the type of things they need to get.
I think this is the way that they need to play the game, is the split up game. They don't want to be taking the head-on fights. I thought originally that's why they were drafting like the PL, Ember, and Naga, so and Darkseer, like push out lanes constantly, try to take fights accordingly with sleep, so that you always will have the number advantage. You're just taking a 5-man fight. We haven't really seen many, but it's very hard versus this lineup when you can't kill the two gigantic cores. So you have no instant lockdown.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
How are you gonna deal with this though? There's a Juggernaut with Aegis.
And a butterfly, you know.
And a
just-
butterfly knocking on your tier 3 tower door soon. Where's the creeps? The backup protection is still in play, but it's gonna go away soon because the creeps are on the way. Underlord will come to help out. Alright. That
This
is the
is nice.
Maledict.
This is a good move of them trying to force a fight because they have Aegis.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, Song coming out, but the BKB of Nyx is still there. Do they have enough damage to take him down while the BKB is on? No. It will just be a reset. Here you go
Combo.
again. Vacuum into wall up on 4. Not enough just yet though. Those illusions, apparently they don't do enough damage. The tier 3 tower drops immersion. It does not have a burrow strike and he actually ends up dropping. Will not be there for the rest of the fight. ILTW still has an Aegis, doesn't need it just yet. That's an Ember Spirit
Iceberg.
already dead. Iceberg not able to do a lot. What was
Oh,
it?
Gyro though. Dropping low.
Fly back, Ember. It's gonna be Gyrocopter indeed dead. Godlike Juggernaut though. BCZ. Oh, he got out this time.
And ILTW spin TPs. Did the
Was
Rex
that Aegis
die?
going away halfway
They
through that fight?
It timed
timed
out,
out,
right?
yeah.
I think the Aegis is, or the Rax is alive, but it was a buyback from Iceberg. That is costly.
That's very costly.
They do finally kill this Gyrocopter though. Once the BKB is down, the Maledict playing a big factor into that one there. But the BZZ lives.
He lives.
That means he's got an item now, right? He had the pipe already. Now he's got Maxwell.
Hey!
All right.
you know, little by little, he'll get there.
Yep.
And that's a big
Small
thing, though. I
gains.
did think that Sand King was in a little too deep. It was, like, does he have a 4-staff?
No,
I don't know,
immersion
he's a
is
Eul's,
very.
he's going for
He's
Eul's.
really struggling this game. He's
Yeah,
1
yeah.
and 7.
That wall definitely didn't have as big of an impact as I thought it would.
Yeah. I mean, the Atrophy Aura counteracts a lot of the
Yeah.
damage too.
It's true. Well, they got the tier 3 tower on the side of ESPADA, so that's good for them. They don't have an Aegis anymore, so we'll see them waiting for the next Roche, probably, depending on what FlyToMoon is planning. Gold is still very even. It doesn't feel even though.
No, it does not.
It's very misleading, this gold graph. What's the experience looking like? Oh, that's a lot more than the way we think it is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The levels coming into play.
I was trying to find the game. Like how you guys are playing.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Nyx has the
Nyx.
BKB. We'll just use it safely.
Yeah, well, is he gonna chase now? It's coming. Oh, they're pushing up top.
This is a good timing window for the PL right now. Has the heart. The Gyrocopter doesn't really have the damage to deal with the PL alone. They need both of them there. They need the Jug as well as Gyro until Gyro gets. I mean, I saw him going for Satanic. I thought maybe he'd go for the Mjolnir first, but wants to have the double benefits from the Aghanims, of course.
Yep. Wait, does that mean that FlyToMoon is favored?
Yes.
Oh.
Dire's middle tower is
What?
under
No.
attack.
On the odds.
Yeah, on yours.
You get a better return if you bet a spot as well.
But ESPADA is looking better now.
Did they look better 5 minutes ago?
Because there's
Yes?
Yeah, they've looked better the whole time.
Wow, I mean,
Alright, GGBet, fix your algorithm.
well, it's a good value.
Yeah.
Hey, GGBet.
I mean,
We
it's
can make your odds.
net worth and stuff is very close to this game. I mean, look, it even shows. I mean, FTM is winning net worth right now, but it still feels this Jug and Gyro are still a big problem.
Yeah.
Alright, and this is. You were here.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of the odds go on obviously looking beforehand.
That as well.
And they're the team
Yeah.
that should win this
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
in terms of their history.
Definitely takes that
Ooh,
into
look at the
consideration. Big ass smoke up front. Is
Oh,
the
if he can
PL.
catch the supports in the back with the PL, this could be huge for them. They've got the Naga with the Aghanim sleep too, so
And they see them. Undying is gonna be the first one there. Can they find him? Yes, they can. Chains upon them. He does get a tombstone out, but the tombstone is already dead. Song coming out as well, so they can only target the people with the BKBs. But nobody has a BKB anymore, so that's it. Can they find next? Nice vacuum wall for all 4 of them. Do they have the damage to take him down? The
Burrow
burrow
3.
strike! Oh, jeez, the burrow strike coming out with the Holy Slash as well. Oi, that wasn't even an Omni Slash. The Omni Slash is not even used. The buybacks come out though. This is time for an Omni Slash. Let's do it. Juggernaut.
Waiting for it.
He's waiting for those illusions to die. There he goes. This is the time. He doesn't even need to. He doesn't need to. He can just stand there and right click. What the hell?
Uh-oh. Iceberg. Don't do it. Don't do it, Iceberg.
Hey.
Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh, he's gonna get on. Oh, he got him. All right, Iceberg, you're a boss.
Oi, 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 oi.
2K.
What? He's got 1900 golds for that kill.
3,000 golden fight.
Oi.
Oh, I was actually so scared for him there. Like, he could have just lost the game.
I thought he was gonna get turned around upon.
I thought he
an
might
Omni
just get
Slash.
omnied right away, but no, commits to the triple remnant, gets it. Alrighty there.
Yeah. Oi.
Good thing when he had that 10% spell amp talent, otherwise he would not have actually had that.
I mean, that fight was very close. Nice burrow strike.
Ooh.
He's out. He's gone.
Then that's what we say. If they can get the wraparound and catch those
Yeah.
supports right away, it's really important.
But it was not like they got the wrap round, they got the Undying, that's great. But then their vacuum wall again didn't do as much. The Underlord having the mechanism in the pipe is just helped a ton. And then the only reason they got that fight was because of the buybacks, I felt.
How many was it? How many buybacks was it?
I think it was it Dark? Was it 1 or 2?
It was Naga and that's it.
Just Naga.
It was just Naga,
Doesn't
which is that buybox that doesn't
yeah,
mean
that's
too
not
much.
that much.
I mean, it's a big win there for FTM.
True.
Even though that 3-man burrow into the jug cleaving on everybody.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't use Omni Slash in that fight though. Isn't that a purpose? Like obviously on hindsight it's not needed, but isn't that like a good scenario to use it in anyway?
No, he wanted to save it. He didn't feel like he needed it.
Yeah.
If he lives like another half a second in that right there, he kills the Ember Spirit with an Omni. And now FTM, look at this. They make their way in the Roche Pit. Oh baby.
No, nobody sees it happening. They do know it's probably happening because they are rotating towards that, but there's going to be a
Dying
song
too
available.
fast.
And yeah, there's hello. Did he know? It was a vision? It's just luck. Tombstone goes
They want to fight.
Tombstone goes up. First strike on just illusion. Oh, immersion! He jumps right into that. He has a heal scepter to save himself for a little while longer, but I don't think he's going to make it out alive at all. BZZ trying to get himself alive, but he's not doing that. And that is Witch Doctor actually
And
standing
now
alive.
look at Jug.
and
Jug
does
is
something.
isolated.
Yep, they can kill him too probably. He does not have an Omni Slash. He is done for. That is a massive win for FlyToMoon.
There we go.
Double kill for Silent. 4 dead, no buybacks. Let's see if they're going to try to force them out. The creep waves are all pushed out, so they need to take that one with them. But I think this might be tier 3.
Oh yeah, he just bought his items. Yeah, no buyback. Gyro got zoned out of the fight instantly.
Yeah.
And this Underlord is not really adding too much into the fight.
mean, that
Doesn't
was-
really make them much tankier.
Yeah.
And they chose to take that fight
Yeah, yeah.
into the Aegis.
It was like an Aegis, and then they consciously made the decision, let's still fight into that. Tombstone didn't do much. Undying didn't do much.
I mean, Undying Tombstone disappeared instantly. Sanking jumped in and got killed. He was in the
Yeah.
midst of like 20 illusions. Dies right away.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. His Burrow Strike only hit illusions.
Yeah.
Luckily, everybody on ESPADA is not that high level. So they're already back alive, most of them. Other than the Juggernaut, anyway. Strike for Burrow Strike, Epicenter doesn't catch anything though. BKB turned on by Iceberg. Thinking about going back in.
This Gyro tickles now.
Yeah. Cooldown coming down. BKB has run out for Iceberg. He has to be careful. The Burrow Strike misses again. Immersion, please.
Can't be having a rough game. 20 seconds till Jug is back alive. Backdoor protection kicks in for a moment.
Burrow Strike again.
Oh my god,
Oi.
again misses.
Vacuum onto 4 though. And that is going to be enough to secure the kill on the Gyrocopter. BCZ's trying to run around Immersion. He's going to be able to go live. Oh, Iceberg has to be careful there, but I think he still has the Aegis, so he's okay.
Wow, this Gyro really just fell off super hard when he
Yeah.
decided to go for the Satanic build. Didn't matter, like if he didn't even get to pop the Satanic in most of the fights.
Juggernaut's back.
See what he can do.
Iceberg has a bit of a pickle there, but he has an Aegis. And he is still fine. Omni Slash is up for ILTW. He just needs to have a target. Immersion gets the Burrow Strike out, but gets Burrow Strike in return as well, and dies to the hands of Iceberg, who jumps away from the Omni Slash. with the Glimmer Cape helping out as well. That is another lane of Rax taken down. And if they die here, that's the game. And they know it too. They're trying to hide. FlyToMoon, vacuum,
snares.
gets it off as well. And apparently all they needed was to wait until ESPADA made mistakes. And then they just capitalize on that. And then they can just fight. GG well played, it's cold. And FlyToMoon takes it. I guess those odds weren't so bad after all.
Yeah, the odds had it. The odds predicted it before it even happened.
Before it even happened, yeah.
The nets coming out from No Fear were really clutch in this game too.
Yeah.
He kept netting like the BKB or the spinning targets. And that whole, the whole bottom situation. Iceberg just jumping in, getting that outplay onto the jug. But
how could it get out of control so fast?
The PL gets the heart, and they really do. They lack the damage to actually clear through all the illusions. The gyrocopter did. He's all this split damage. He doesn't have enough to actually clear out those illusions. And then Jug is. It's like there's so much chaos in the fights, right? There's PL illusions, there's wall illusions, there's Naga illusions. The sleep comes out and counteracts your whole initiation. Immersion had Immersion and BZZ had some really, like a really poor performance from what I've seen in this game in comparison to what they usually do. I think they had, I don't even know how many deaths between the two of them. Can you check really quick if you don't mind? The Underlord and the Sanking? Yeah, I just want to see how many deaths. I'm pretty sure they had half of their team's death, if not more. Yeah, 20 deaths between the two of them. They really struggled in this game.
Oh, they struggled hard. They needed at least one of the two to do well.
Yeah.
But they did not. All right, so what this means is that ESPADA is done. They are still in the playoffs despite losing here. They end with a 5-2 score. I say they're done, but there's still a chance they might have to play tiebreakers, but we'll see how that ends up. So they end 5-2.
It's not updated, obviously, because we're like...
Yeah, we're ahead, so... next up is Double Dimension versus 20-minute AFK-less, which is a match that is very important for both teams. As you can see, they are fighting for what is going to be most likely that fourth slot.
Who's on that one? I don't even know.
With this win, also FlyToMoon guarantees themselves the playoffs. So we already know 3 of the 4 teams making it to playoffs. The only thing that is yet to be decided is that 4th team, which can be any of the 3 remaining teams. And also, if we are going to have tiebreakers for seeding, because if the scores are tied, there will be tiebreakers for seeding. So heads up for that. And we have had 3 games now. So we have 4 still to go guaranteed. Am I saying that right? Yes? Yes.
4.
And maybe tiebreakers after that. So up next, Double Dimension versus 20-minute AFK-less. We'll be right back.